Hey everyone, welcome to another PHENOMSOUND tutorial. In today's video, we are going to dive into one of my favorite sound design techniques. I'm talking about combining synthesis with Foley recording and sampling. And this is how this technique can be used in neurofunk. And I want to remind you that this FL Studio project is available on my Patreon page, as well as all of the Serum presets and samples from it. Also, if you're looking for some fresh presets, I have 2 Serum preset packs available on my Patreon shop, and the one is available with a 30% discount. So make sure to find a couple of minutes to check the previews. All of the links are below, and let's get to business. And here's the sound that we are going to be designing in this video. It consists of 2 different techniques: sound design in Serum, which is this sub bass, and Foley recording and resampling. Okay, let's start with Serum synthesis. Let's use a simple sine wave on the first oscillator and set the octave to -2. And the second one is going to be this Quelchi 3. Set the pitch on this one to -1 and the semitone at 7. Move both levels all the way down and automate it using the first LFO. I'm gonna be using my pre-saved shape, which is looking like this. Enable the retriggering and triplets. Let's set the rate to 1/4 triplets, like this, and select sync on the first oscillator, automated, setting it at 80. Let's also enable the sub, set the octave to -2, move the level down and automate it as well. Enable the noise and select the one from the organic section called a paperback. I really like this one, it sounds so crispy. Let's set the pitch at 70, level at around 45%, and automated, set it at 100%. Let's use the reverb filter. Enable the filtering of the B, noise, and the sub oscillator, and move the cutoff all the way up. Automate it and set it at -50. Move the resonance down, drag the automation to it and set it at +50. Set the drive at 30. And let's switch to the matrix tab and automate the master tuning. Set it to unipolar and use the second LFO, which is looking like this. Also enable the retriggering and triplets and set the rate to 1/4 triplet. Set the amount at 24. Now let's get to the fixes tab. Enable the hyperdimension, so the first mix at around 10%, as well as the second one, and the size. Now we have some space. Enable the distortion and select the X shaper and move the drive all the way up. It instantly makes our bass more clean and it's more punchy now. It's now kicking a bit more. This X shaper as well as the X shaper asymmetric is really great because here you can create custom shapes for a distortion on the A and the B shape and use this drive knob to morph between those, which is awesome. Hope we will get a full advantage of this nice feature of Serum in one of my future tutorials, but for now let's enable the filter and select the low pass 12. Set the cutoff at 260, automate it, set it at 80, set the resonance at 25, and automate the drive, setting it at 40. Set the frequency at 60. Nice, we are done on the Serum side. Let's get to the post-processing. So this is how it sounds after the post-processing. Here I'm using OTT to compress it, setting the downwards compression at 11%, reducing some high frequency and mid frequency compression, and using a slight overdrive. And another OTT. And then I have a limiter, which is the best limiter I know that treats your sub-bass really well. If you want to try it, go ahead and visit the developer's website. It's Ursa DSP. And if you decide to buy it, what I totally recommend you to do, developer have kindly provided all PHENOMSOUND subscribers with a nice discount, so you can find it in the description of this video and get this amazing plugin. Okay, on my master channel I have another OTT and some slight EQ and another instance of boost with this kind of settings. This bass is routed to my sidechain channel. And there are the samples. I'm gonna disable the post-processing so you could hear the dry version of those samples. And here's the first one, the second one, and the third one. I guess this one is, I hit some coffee jar with a chopstick. That's also some of my kitchen stuff. And this is a frying pan sound. So this is the first layer, really high pitched. The second one is super high. And the final one, frying pan, is a bit lower to the mid frequencies. So first I'm compressing all this stuff. All three layers compressed sound like this. Then I'm adding a freeform phase from Melda Production. It's an amazing plugin where you can shape the sound to create these kind of laserish sounds. And I made the opposite. I've created the inverted laser. So instead of a laser sound, we are having some kind of a sucking sound, which is nice. And I set the depth at 500%. Yeah, the envelope is looking a bit different. So this is without it. This is with the freeform phase, which is just an amazing free plugin. And then I'm adding a reverb, but it's been automated. So there is almost no reverb at the beginning of the pattern, but then it increases. Then I'm using overdrive on it. And another amazing plugin, it's a free VST version of Erosion from Ableton Live. Some enthusiasts have recreated the Ableton Live plugin and posted it online. You can Google the Erosion TT VST version. Just amazing. You can switch between sine wave and the noise to shape the sound. It's adding the distortion to it, but it's using the noise for distortion, which is really amazing. If you are familiar with Ableton Live, I believe you know this one. But for those who are not, here's how it sounds. So this is a sine wave distortion. You can create sort of a yai sound with it. But I prefer using a noise. You can shape the sound really amazingly and get really interesting results. In this case, I've used this kind of settings. So this is super clean. And now it's a bit more dusty, more dirty, and more organic, I think. There goes another one of my favorite plugins. It's the Mata. It's another plugin which is available with a discount for PHENOMSOUND users. The developers Prototype Audio have provided a discount for it as well, so make sure to check the links. It's just an amazing plugin. It's a granular delay plugin with a lot of different purposes. It can be used for adding harmonies, to add width to the sound, to add nice metallic tails, for glitchy granular effects. This is just an amazing tool. I'm using it all the time, especially in Neurofunk sound design. So I'm using it now without any delay. I'm using only granular engine set at 30% and pitch at 7. So it's now adding harmonies. And the grain size is set all the way up. So without it, it sounds like this. And there goes the Mata. Now the sound is a bit more loose, really wide, and with 7th layer on it. So here we still have our initial sound, but then we are adding a slight layer of the 7th. Of the same sound, but it's more granularized and it's 7th note up, and it's really wide. And if we find a perfect sweet spot, you can get a really amazing result. Then I'm adding another Melda production plugin. This time it's a flanger with a preset called Handedly Electability, making this sound a bit more aggressive and sharp. Then I'm cutting the low frequencies and some of the 1K sharpness, and adding a transient processor to reduce the release a bit. So now it's a bit more clean and gated, and that's it. If we use it with our sub bass, In the second part of the drop, I've used the same samples, but with a bit different MIDI. So as you can hear, combining these two techniques, you can get really high-techy sounds that is pretty much impossible to synthesize. And with lots of layering, lots of post-processing, you can get really insane sounds. So I really hope I've managed to inspire you for some interesting sound design ideas. If you enjoyed this tutorial, hit like, leave a comment to share your opinion, and subscribe to PHENOMSOUND. I have a lot to tell you guys and a lot to share with you, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in my next one. Bye!